How long will it take you to be successful in your business? That's a question that I've been asked a lot and is asked a lot in the community. And wanted to talk about that today and talk about 4 things that can help you along your journey with being successful. So as you're hopping on, say hi. I am Debbie Dunford, and I'm a mentor here inside the Fast Track community, and so great to be here with you today. And this is your daily dose of awesome, your 15 minutes of inspiration, education, motivation. Hopefully it keeps your day going right, gets your mind right on track. That's the purpose of this. So as you're hopping on, again, just tell me who you are. Or I know who you are because your name's in there. So just tell me where you're coming in from. What haven't I done lately? In the comments, tell me how long you've been with EMP. I'd like to know that. So tell me where you're coming from and how long you've been with EMP. Or if maybe you're not quite with the EMP and you are just Elite Marketing Pro, and you are just here for the first time, let me know that. So how long will it take you to be successful? That is what we were talking about today. If there are comments rolling in, I'm not seeing them. I saw some hearts and stuff. So I apologize. Right now I'm not seeing the comments. If they start showing up, we had this problem the other day. So if they start showing up, I will chat with you. I hope so, because I really like that interaction, but if not, we'll just roll with it. So consider yourself welcomed. Okay. So the first thing, because people ask, well, how long did it take you to get where you're at in your business? And that is a super, super common question. I get it. And the thing is that you've got to understand is that everybody's story is different, okay? Because your success is determined by several different factors. One of them being, how much time are you spending with your business, okay? So are you spending time every day? Are you spending time once a week? How consistent are you? What are you treating it like a hobby or a business? And I've done a live DDOA about that before, because I used to be treating mine as a hobby, but not for a long time. We haven't done that for a long time. So also what could influence it is, what type of mentorship do you have? Are you an insider here? Are you a VIP? Are you a Fast Track member? What type of mentorship do you have? And how that greatly influences how successful and how quickly you create success as well. So also another thought too is, maybe some of you have been doing network marketing for a long time, so you have a big network. Maybe you've been doing it for a long time and you don't have a big network. So it totally just depends, right? But so if you came in to EMP and you have this humongous network already, then you've got a really good head start onto how quickly you can help your success grow. And particularly with Elite Marketing Pro, right? So how long does it take? This is point number 2. So the first one was that everybody's story is different, right? The second thing we're going to talk about is how long it takes the average person to become successful. And to that, my question is, and put it in the comments, how many times have you let yourself fail? Okay, that's going to have a direct correlation. How many times have you let yourself fail? And I love Thomas Edison's story. I refer to that a lot. I relate to it a lot. He said, when talking about, the 1,000 times that it took him before he got the light bulb right. Well, when he was asked, the response was, well, I didn't fail 1,000 times. He said the light bulb was an invention of 1,000 steps. Okay, these little things that you're doing are steps in the correct direction to get you successful. Okay, so super important to think about as well. And also, where is your business in your priority list? Is it, because I've spoken with some people where, and these are mainly clients that have come to me and they say, well, I've got to get all this whole list of things done, which, we're busy people. It totally makes sense. The thing that you've really got to consider and think about is that if your business is going to be the business you want it to be, it has to become that priority. So you have to be able to figure out where you're going to juggle, what you're going to switch around, so that you can make sure your business is a priority. Okay, all that laundry list of things we have to do as busy people, that's life, right? So you've got to be able to figure out, okay, what am I going to switch around? What might I do to make sure my business is a priority so that that success can come and can happen? The other thing is that when, like, we as a society have been kind of programmed to have the belief system that when we fail, it's because we aren't good enough, okay? Is that something that you have felt before? Is when you fail, it's because you're not good enough. Well, that's an incorrect belief, okay? And that's something that I even have a hard time letting go of that. And that's where the evaluation piece comes in, that is so important, because it's important also to realize that the sooner you fail, and the more you fail, the less afraid of failure that you are. It's something that you get used to, and it's something that you are more comfortable with. It sits more comfortably with you, okay? Let me know if this is making sense so far. So far we've talked about how everybody's story is different and how long it takes the average person to be successful, okay? And if you have any questions or thoughts about those things, and yeah, I'm not seeing any comments, I'm so sorry. I wish that weren't the case. I'll have to see if we can do anything about that. Yeah, tell me any thoughts or questions you have about the content that we have covered so far. I'd love to hear that. So the next couple of things we're going to talk about are the types of risks that you take and what to do when things get tough. Okay, those are the next two points we're going to cover. So the types of risks that you should take. Well, one thing to really think about before, maybe this is more in regard to investment. Are you going to take that risk and invest in yourself and your business? Well, you want to make sure that you already have your vision for your business in place. You want to make sure that you have, so that you want the vision in place so that when you go and are ready to make a decision about, okay, do I take this risk? Do I invest and become a VIP member? Do I invest in this other thing that I found in my newsfeed? What do I do? Well, think about your vision and your purpose. Does it align? Okay, because if we don't want the shiny object syndrome, we want to make sure we are in line with our vision and our purpose and make sure that it's keeping us on our path. And here at Elite Marketing Pro, they have such a vast array of resources that I have yet to find anything I needed to look outside of Elite Marketing Pro for. That's been my experience, because they just cover everything, because they're here for you as your business. Like, they are invested in you, and so they want you to find value in them. So so that's something, you know, what risks are you going to take with what's the word? Investing, thank you, in yourself. Where are you going to put that investment? Is it keeping you on that path that you want your business to take? If it's not a good risk, okay? What about, let's see. Oh, ethical risks, okay? You don't want to take any kind of ethical risks, right? You want everything you do to be ethical, because you're building up a relationship with people, knowing, liking, and trusting you. And how can they trust you if you're not ethical, if you're not honest with them, okay? So make sure you don't take risks around that. But the risks you do want to take are making sure that you're on the right track. And, you know, if it's keeping you on the right track and it's ethical and trustworthy, then the bigger the risk, the greater the reward, right? So get out there and make those risks, take those risks. It's going to get you totally uncomfortable, but that is where you learn, is when you're uncomfortable. You're safe, you're physically safe, things are okay, but you're uncomfortable, and that's where you learn. So that's super important. Okay, so then the final thing is what to do when it gets tough. Because, you know, I know personally, things have gotten tough over and over and over. And I don't think anybody that I've talked to in the community has not had a tough time at some point. And I've even, you know, heard them say, well, it's like this, it's going like this, you know, it's really great, and then something crashes and things get tough, and then we have to build up again. So when it gets tough, what might you do? So I'd like to share with you something a little personal, a little bit more personal of my story, if that's okay with you. So last, I talked about treating my business as a hobby. At NES last year, that all changed. My husband and I took the risk to invest more in ourselves, and it was on the path that placed us even more surely on the path that would lead our business where we wanted it to go. Okay, but even since then, there's been ups and downs and ups and downs. Even at one point, I was ready to quit, totally ready to quit. And so what should I do at that point? You know, what might I do to help me at that point? Well, a workshop was coming up. Didn't want to go to the workshop, but I was like, I'm gonna go anyway. Had some great experiences there, talking with mentors, getting support from the people at the workshop, and I did a total 180. Is that the right term? Because 360 would be all the way around, right? So I did a total 180 and haven't looked back since. And it's so interesting because it was after that point, because of all the frustration, you know, ads get shut down or disapproved over and over, and it's hard not to let those feelings not be in your way and not be part of it. That's something I'm still working on. I haven't totally gotten there yet. But I'm aware, at least when it's happening. So what was I going to say about that part? So I did a 180, and it was after that the business totally did a 180 too, because I had found my deep purpose. And oh, thanks, Beck. I'm like gonna tear up here. Thanks to an exercise there at the workshop and the mentorship there, I was able to find my purpose. Trying not to cry. And my purpose was my boys. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for them. And so that purpose has not gone away. It's not going to go away. And my success was right around the corner, and I didn't even know it. And I almost quit right before then. And Thomas Edison said something else that goes right along with that. He said, many of life's failures are experienced by people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Many of life's failures are experienced by people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Okay, you can't give up on yourself. You can't. You've got to push through the hard times. There are going to be hard times. It is guaranteed. But you've got to push through it, because your success most likely is right around the corner. And if it's not around that corner, it may just be right around the next one. Okay, don't give up. Talk to your mentors, get support from the community. Let yourself feel those frustrated or disappointed emotions, and then evaluate and move on. Okay, it's okay to feel that. You just can't let yourself stay there. That's where evaluation comes in. You've got to kind of maybe visualize yourself stepping outside yourself and thinking about the situation without emotion involved, without emotion tied to it. So those are the 4 points I wanted to make today. Success is just around a corner, maybe not your next one, but it is going to come. And especially with the process that Elite Marketing Pro has in place, they have a proven process, which is just incredible. Okay, they are there for you. You just need to not give up and let yourself fail. It is okay to fail, and get comfortable with failing so that you will keep moving on. So that was the daily dose today. Put a hashtag value if you found some value in this. I'm sure the comments will hop up or show up in the page, so I'll definitely go back and respond to your comments there. I don't know why they're not showing up, but it is what it is, so we just move on. So join us every Monday through Friday for the Daily Dose of Awesome at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific, and we will see you next time. Have a fantastic day, and don't give up. We'll see you. Bye.